Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We are just about a week away from opening day at Hastings Racecourse in Vancouver now. Joining us is a familiar face from both the back and the front stretch, Mike Heads. Mike, nice to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Matt.
So it's been a bit of a crazy spring, to say the least. How have things been in your world, and what have you been seeing on the back stretch of all the horses, the trainers?
Yeah, it's been obviously a crazy year for everyone, not just on the racetrack, but in the world in general. But yeah, we were there for February and March, training for happy and training, and then of course April we were shut down and had to find farms, and it's just been had to put our horses on idle for a while, and then back in, it was great that Great Canadian let us continue to train, and they made an arrangement so we could train, and we were able to get going in May and now into June, and getting ready to race. But yeah, it's been uncharacteristically tough. The horses are over ready. Just everyone, the horsemen are over ready too. It's just like everyone, let's get this thing going, and it's been frustrating for both horse and trainer.
For sure. It's kind of a unique situation horse racing's in as well. In other sports, you can just stop doing training camp for hockey or baseball or something. But with horse racing, I mean, the horse is still going to be fed. They're getting trained to a certain start of the season. So it's not an ideal situation for anyone.
For anyone, no, you're right. And it's just unfortunate, but there's circumstances have forced us to go this route, and everyone's doing their best. Everyone's been so good on the backstretch, just living with it, not complaining about it. Just owners have been awesome. It's just nothing that can be done, and it's just great. As usual, the backstretch community comes together, and we're ready to roll.
Yeah, I think it's one of the first things you see when you join the Hastings Racing Club and become more involved in horse racing is just how tight-knit the backstretch community is. I mean, it's sort of a surreal world where you've got two different barns who are competing against each other on race day, and then the next day they're helping each other out and making sure everyone's horses are taken care of. And obviously this, I mean, you get horses shipping all across the province on a moment's notice. It's really impressive to see how everyone just bands together in times like that.
Yeah, as competitive as everyone is, they are it's a great fraternity that like they just you're right, Matt. Everyone helps everyone in the mornings, and they try and work around everything. There's riders you need, and let's say another trainer has them in the morning for a workout, they'll let that rider go and help. It's just amazing, and how well everyone bands together. And it's not just because of this time. It's pretty much like this all the time every year. But this is just such an unusual year. But they're as usual. It is a great band of people we do have on the backstretch that are just they've hung in tough together, and they are very competitive. But on race day, there's no friends. But like as you mentioned, every other day, everyone's got a helping hand out at all times.
For sure. And talking of the mornings, I mean, we've had the owners been out in front of the grandstand watching training on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays for the last month and a half now. I know a lot of the racing club fans have enjoyed it. I mean, you've been doing microphones for the workouts, which has been great, helping to spot all the horses. So have you seen much sort of excitement building up there as well?
Yeah, I know that's been another Great Canadian again. Actually, thanks to the racing groups for putting this all together as well, and Great Canadian letting it happen, letting the owners and the people on the front side, which has been really helpful. And they asked me to do it, and I of course did, really quickly because I can do it, and it's a lot of fun to see everyone come out. I know everyone loves their horses, and it's nice to know in the mornings who that horse is going by, and because if you're just on your own, you don't know, it's just a four-legged horse going by you, but I can identify the horses, which is a perk. But the big perk is to have Great Canadian let everyone on the front side and letting this happen. And it's almost like an audition for perhaps when we can get live, get some owners on the front side to watch the races as well, because everyone's been very compliant with social distancing and doing their due diligence, on the front side, being able to watch all the horses and doing their thing to keep safe. And Great Canadian is watching, believe me, which is great.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's obviously a tough situation to be in, but it's almost been nice to have those nice sunny mornings and been nice weather and not coming out in February, March time, watching your horses work out. And you get to see, especially the 2-year-olds and the younger horses develop as well. So that's been fun to see for the racing club members.
You're right. It is a lot nicer to be out here in June, May and June, and watching the horses under prime conditions and fast tracks for the most part. But yeah, those February, Marches can be a little dismal. But it's been good to see the crowds come out to watch their horses and other people's horses train every morning on the front side.
And so then putting you on the spot, I mean, you must have seen a good 1,000 or 2 workouts already over the last 2 months. Any of the racing club horses that you're looking forward to seeing this year?
Yeah, well, actually, a lot of the racing club horses are working well. Like Square Dancer, the old, the staple of the club. He's just been such a superstar. Is continuing. No, he's a little older now, but he's still doing well. Fast Bid looked good this morning. I watched him. He looked very nice, or she looked, pardon me, very nice. Yeah. Pat Jarvis has had her well turned out. Warrior's Promise continues to work quite quickly, and she's another one that's going to be interesting. Marshall Swindle, I saw the other morning, worked quite nicely, or is going well for Marianne Baumgartner and Richard. I haven't really seen a lot of Richard's Command, but Keith's 2-year-olds are looking really well. Keith Peterson has the horse.
Yeah, he's got enough of them anyway. I hear it's quite a full juvenile barn that Keith's got in this year.
Yeah, he's definitely be a barn to watch in the 2-year-old races. They are ready. They're like, when you see any of Keith's horses in a 2-year-old race, they're ready to rock and roll, because they've had a really good spring. They've looked good. They've trained in company. I've watched a lot of them go to the gate. They're training very well. That's a nice thing about doing the workout show on the weekends. You get a chance to see a lot of the horses, everyone's horses, and Keith's horses particularly stick out.
Yeah, and on the topic of Richard's Command, obviously named for Richard Yates, the founder of the Hastings Racing Club. So it was almost a unanimous decision from club members to take the risk and name a horse after him, and all the pressure that comes with it. But she's been training really nicely, and we were out this morning. It was just before you started the announcements. The racing club co-manager Mark jumped into the gate, so we've got some behind-the-scenes footage of her doing a gate work as well, and coming along really nicely. Obviously, you never want to count your chickens too early with 2-year-olds, but it's fun to see them develop, and you get a bit more of a bond there.
Yeah, it'd be great to see this horse work out and be a nice horse, because Richard, this guy, he invested everything, his life into the game, and especially into the racing club. He was a huge part in everything, and obviously he's sorely missed. But hopefully Richard's Command can carry Richard Yates with him and get into the winner's circle very quickly.
Sure hope so. And so Richard, I mean, he started the racing club in 2015, so we're going on to the 6th season now. So you must have seen a few club races over the years. Any moments that stand out for you?
Well, definitely Square Dancer, like winning the big race and watching. Like, it seemed like there was 1,000 people in the winner's circle, but they couldn't even do it in the winner's circle. They had to do it out on the racetrack, and Square Dancer winning was always an event, and it was the crowd, the roar of the crowd. It was absolutely breathtaking, and it's cool. It just brought me back to the old days of horse racing, when there was a lot of cheering. When the fans were, the stands were packed, and it was nice to see Square Dancer win, and then have this huge following, the applause when he came back to the winner's circle. That's why everyone gets in the game, is like those special moments that they make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, and that's Square Dancer has done that for a lot of people.
You see it creates such an affinity for a certain horse as well. I mean, it's tough in this game because horses only run for so long, but with Square Dancer, I mean, he's done it year after year, and people just love coming out and watching him for workouts. Now people will turn up just at 8:30 to go and watch Square Dancer work, because they've got that history with him, and just love watching him run. And I think he enjoys the fans. I mean, he looks over at the fence and he sees people there, and his ears prick up, and he's just ready to go.
Yeah, he is. He's a character. No, he's a ham. He's totally a ham, and he just enjoys it all. Yes, he's lost a step, but I have too, and everyone has. But he's just, a little later in life now, but he continues to be competitive, and but he still puts smiles on people's faces. Don't worry, he'll visit the winner's circle again.
Oh, for sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Mike. We're about a week away from racing now, so we've got entries are coming out on Friday, so we've got a weekend of handicapping to look forward to, and hopefully a bit of a rosier situation for the rest of the summer.
Yeah, we're certainly due for some good luck, Matt, and it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks so much. We appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Mike.